Kruse. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Also follow me on social media at Miss Tori Kruse. I really appreciate it. All right, we have Carl Dunn here. Thank you so much for joining the show on Highlights and Heels today. It's such a joy to talk to you, and I just am really looking forward to hearing your insight into the Pageantry Magazine world. And I just really would like for you to share your journey from start to where you are now in the pageant industry, and also how you got involved.
Do you have hours to go?
Hey, we can go as long as you want.
The whole history is going to be hours to go. I'm happy to be here, Tori. I'm kind of excited. It's a little bit different, me being interviewed by someone like yourself as opposed to the other way around. And so it's a little different for me, and I'm excited. Well, Pageantry Magazine, we're actually in our 40th year of publishing, but that's not how we started. We actually started the beauty pageant industry outside of Miss America 1921. Of course, it wasn't the first time recently that they had canceled swimsuit. Obviously, we know they did it around 1946. So Catalina, their sponsor, decided to start a system you're very familiar with, the Miss USA system as well. So in 1962, a gentleman and a woman, he was a world-renowned baton throwing instructor, a major at LSU, and she was a professional basketball player. He said, we're going to start pageants based on the Miss America system for young women and teenagers. That was in 1962. Wow. And in 1976, they had cut the company apart, and we started another pageant system. So 40 years ago, we said, let's just take our newsletter, promote the positives of the industry, highlight other events as opposed to ours, and that's how Pageantry Magazine came into existence 40 years ago. So we've actually been in the business since 1962. Now, of course, myself, I didn't do a whole lot in 1962. I was around, but probably just, babbling incoherently. But I grew up, working behind the stage, sound systems, lighting systems, props, etc. And we would have sometimes up to 2,000 young ladies at our international finals that we actually used to hold in Miami, Florida.
What are some of the challenges as an entrepreneur that you have to overcome on a daily basis?
I don't sleep. It's that simple. You have to prioritize anything else. Again, the main part that we do is Pageantry Magazine, and everything comes off of that. Mm-hmm. We have scheduled social media posts that go up 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. Those are scheduled days, sometimes weeks in advance. Obviously, I attend a lot of events nationally. Mm-hmm. We're lucky to be what I call Pageant Central, Orlando, Florida. We're only second to Vegas in space for conventions and meeting space. So, you have probably in the next 2 weeks, 5 or 6 different national pageants are down here in Orlando. And it's easy for me to just, head on out, do what I need to do, present the Pageantry Spirit Award, speech, give some training, just some words of wisdom sometimes for what that may be worth. And then just come back to the office.
What do you think, Carl, are your keys to growth?
Consistency. The product that we put out is always consistent. You know what to expect. You know what's going to be in it. The quality is always there. We actually, even from a paper standpoint, use the most expensive white paper that there is, so there's no bleed through, since everything's in color, to the page before. But I think going back to longevity, it's just consistency. And all I can do is, give advice. We're here to support the industry. We support the positive notion of it. I don't think we've ever done a negative editorial on anything. We just try to ignore that. There's enough in mainstream media, trying to do clickbait and everything else. It's like, listen, I have never seen an industry unlike ours where someone like yourself, has been in it. And whether I'm interviewing them or just talking to them at an event or just on the phone, about life in general, that you can answer a question. And we're not judging it, it's not an event. And even a judge should not judge the answer, whether they agree or disagree with it. It's that, do you have an answer that is succinct, mm-hmm. that you can back it up? Besides, I love people. I want world peace. Things of that nature. And I think that's what our industry does. Look at whether it's the entertainment or the professional. There's lawyers, doctors, legislators, entrepreneurs. Look what our industry does, and it prepares y'all and the young ladies and or men on some of them for life, really, unlike any other industry that I can think of. That's what we call the glamour lifestyle industry. It's very encompassing, but it's wonderful to see the success stories that come out. We've had a lot of celebrities on our covers, and most of those came out. The only reason I would put them on a pageantry cover is because they came out of this industry. Know me, I'm kind of easygoing. If I tell you something, that's my word, my bond. And that's one of the challenges that we have today, in society. Social media can be such a negative place, and we log in the morning, kind of in the evening. That's about it. Make sure nothing's snarky on there or whatever the case may be. But when a lot of us have lost that person-to-person ability to speak. I have 2 young sons; they're teenagers, and it's like, look at this person, look at this person. Not that I'm comparing, but do you see how it develops them? And they've grown up in the business as well as I did, and they've met celebrities along the way. When our president used to own the Miss Universe organization, he would come off the red carpet. Always remember their names.
Yes.
Doing good in school, doing this, minding your parents, etc. And of course, their friends could not believe that their pictures on Facebook or on their Instagram accounts. It's not the county fair and it's not a lookalike. But they also understand that it's they look at people and they see them year after year, as well. And now that they're becoming young men, hopefully, one day they'll follow it in as well.
Exactly. So, Carl, what would you recommend if our listeners are wanting to be a writer or in the publishing industry or maybe an editor? How do they approach that?
With pageantry or just in general?
Just in general.
Well, obviously, if you're going to be an editor, you should probably have an English degree because
right.
You have to be able to write, how to put together a concise, process, keeping a stream of consciousness out. So it's easy to follow. That's one of the things that when we're editing here, it's like, here it is. This is the flow of the event. We try to follow in our editorial the flow of the event itself. So
going back to when we were talking about speaking, I know a lot of girls have, maybe a fear of public speaking. How have you gotten over that fear of public speaking? And what do you recommend to the girls who are struggling with that?
I've just gotten old. I'm just used to it now. And this is me joking about it. I don't think you ever get over a fear of it. I kind of touched and alluded to it a little bit before, as when you're in public speaking, no one's really judging you, except maybe on social media if you mispronounce one word or whatever it may be. A lot of it comes from practice. The more you can do it, the more comfortable you are within your own skin, within your own self. But obviously, too, you need to know the subject that you're speaking about. Now, if you're in a pageant, you have to know current events. If it's a platform-based event, you have to know your platform. Because you're always going to be asked, how long have you been doing it? Well, I founded it last week. Well, there's not a lot to talk about. So, understanding those bios, you're going to be questioned on that. But understand what's in there and be able to answer any question. But again, if it's an event, there's a difference whether it's a panel judge or one-on-one. Just know your process. We want to know more about you. So that should put you at ease too. When I'm judging, I'm like I'm doing right now. I'm having a good time trying to put you at ease. Of course, there are some people that are, going to really try to put you, see how you handle it. But if you're doing a speech, as a lot of you do, you're speaking to a local Rotary Club or fairs and festivals or, congressman, mayor, governor, whoever, understand that you're there and they want to know you. They want to speak with you. And there's difference being your first interview versus being your 100th interview. The more you do it, the more you practice it, the better you will become. First time I had to MC, I was not a happy camper. My uncle, who was named, his name was Carl Dunn, by the way, too, says, get out there on stage, welcome the crowd. And there's like, you're talking 1,500 contestants and friends and family. And I was like, shouldn't the MCs be doing this? No, not me. I'm the back guy. I'm the backstage guy, the producer. Why should I be doing this? And the first time, it was a little nerve-wracking. And then it was like, oh, what the heck? Then you get out there and you keep going. And now I enjoy doing it. I'm in a wonderful industry. You're in a wonderful industry. Anybody listening to this or reading Pageantry Magazine, we promote the positive side of it. There's new and exciting events coming in all the time. But I would also tell anybody, but do your due diligence as well. Make sure these people who are they say they are. Make sure they do what they say they do. Make sure they give out those prize packages they say they do. And for those of us who really enjoy the glamour lifestyle industry, that's why we came into existence, to promote the positives for you. And these are your stories. So you can find us in print, Pageantry Magazine on the newsstand. Subscribe. Again, you can subscribe online at pageantrymagazine.com. You can find us on social media, Facebook, Pageantry Magazine, Instagram at Pageantry Magazine. You can email our editor at pageantrymag.com at any time. We're here to tell your stories. We're here to promote you and what you do to make this world a better place. It's not just for world peace, it's to make the world a better place. And this is the wonderful thing that you do for us. I'm so happy, Tori, that you asked me to sit in with you this morning. And I can see behind you the crown and banner. I was going to mention it before. And of course, there'll be a lot of new things coming back up. You can check our news line as well as our Facebook, Instagram account for announcements. Some of the things that we kind of talked off record about before that I think will be very exciting for people, especially those who like to video conference as well, or do Facebook Live, where they can actually get a bigger worldwide audience and actually make it profitable for them, because we all enjoy doing it. So again, thank you very much. I appreciate your time this morning, calling me in. I know there's a little time difference, which gave me a little bit of time this morning to get in and do what I always do every morning, check the outer personality, celebrity type pictures, what editorials come in, get those departments set up, and then prepare for you. So I really, it's been a pleasure meeting you and speaking with you face to face. And I hope that you've enjoyed yourself and that your listeners will enjoy, me.
Yes, absolutely. There's no doubt they will. And you're just always such an inspiration, like I said, in the light in the pageant industry. So thank you so much, Carl, for your time. It's been a pleasure as always. And I hope to chat soon. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that episode just as much as I did. Please put your comments below, click subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Also, follow me on social media at Miss Tori Kruse. Until next time, be unstoppable.